Hey Budget Squad, welcome back to my channel. I am so glad that you decided to click on today's video to join me for another budgeting adventure. In today's video, we are going to be checking in on my October budget and tracking my expenses from my cash envelopes for October. If you are new, welcome. My name is Summer and I'm currently on a financial journey to pay off all of my debt while saving money at the same time. Here on my channel, I'm documenting my journey to financial freedom, and I make videos on budgeting, paying off debt, saving money, and pretty much anything money related. If that's content that you're interested in, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and definitely consider hitting that subscribe button to join me on my financial journey. I would love to have you become a part of the Budget Squad. While I was editing it, I noticed that it was continuing to go out of focus. So I am going to try to watch this video to make sure that it is staying in focus. But if it goes out of focus, I do apologize for that. So today we are going to be tracking my October expenses from my cash envelopes into my Budget by Paycheck Workbook by the Budget Mom. In her workbook, it does come with a variety of expense tracking pages so that you can track your expenses for all of the different accounts that you have. I do track my expenses from my checking account, and then now I'm going to be tracking my expenses from my cash envelopes. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and check in on my budget. I am cashless. For the most part, I only use cash for my health and beauty envelope. I do use the Navy Fed Go cards for my other categories. So let's just go ahead and check in on my categories. I'll go ahead and zoom in so you can see. And this wallet is the FiloFax. I previously was using the Budget Mom's wallet for the last few months. However, I went back to my FiloFax, the original wallet that I have been using since starting my budget journey. I just like how it is a little bit smaller than the Budget Mom's wallet. It's not as bulky. So I went ahead and decided to go back to this wallet. And it does have more card slots. The Budget Mom's wallet does not have a lot of card slots. So I definitely wanted to go back to this. So in October, I started out with $10.87 in my fun category. I did budget $150, so I went ahead and added that. So for October, I had $160.87. I did have a social event that I did host that did cost some money this month. I did host book club, and then I made a charcuterie board. So I had to buy a whole bunch of meats, cheeses, fruits, and veggies for book club. So that is why I gave myself a little bit more money in my fun/entertainment envelope for this month. So I spent about $130. That was on my debit card. So I did have to take the money out of my fun/entertainment Go card and put it back to the bank. So I took out $130. So now I'm left with $30.87. For household, I'm left with $54.57 for the remaining of the month. Guilt-free, I do not have any more money in my guilt-free envelope for the month. For food, I have $30.32 left. In my miscellaneous envelope, I have $38.18 left for the month. And then in my health and beauty envelope, which I do carry cash for, it looks like I have $73 left in that. So we'll go ahead and check that later on. So let's go ahead and track my expenses. I really wanted to track my expenses. That way I can properly close out my budget. 2024 is coming to an end, and I definitely want to make some changes to my finances for 2025. So I want to know exactly where my money is going, so that way I can create realistic budgets. And the only way to be able to do that is to know how much I'm spending in every single category. And then what we'll do is we'll use the information we got from October to create my November budget. So I'm not going to worry about the date for tracking, because I'm just going to track each category one at a time. I'm not going to worry about the date, but I do want to worry about the transaction and then the category and then the amount. So I had a back to bank. So that's where I took money out of my Go Fund card and put it back into the bank. This is actually going to be a, I forget how you track this. It's going to be a transfer within accounts because it is tracked in my checking account. So I'm just going to put the minus $130. I'll have to go back to my Excel sheet to get the term for the category it comes out of. So that was for fun. For household, I went to Costco. I had to pick up some laundry detergent, fabric softener, and then some dryer sheets. That came out to $55.56. And then that was from the household category. So I'm just going to put household here. And then I had to load my, I'll go ahead and just put the due date. Go ahead and put the date. I didn't create my budget until later in the month, on like around the 10th. So then I did a manual reload to my debit card to add funds for the month, and that was $50. Okay. And this was to the household. And then for guilt-free, I did a manual reload as well on the 10th. And that was $100. And that was in the guilt-free category. And then I went to Home Goods and I picked up some puzzles for my dog. And that was $20.64. That came out of the guilt-free category. And then I went to Costco and bought their, it's no longer called their wine advent calendar. I think it's called Wine Around the World. I like to get that every year. You get 12 mini bottles of wine, and that was $94.59. Food is where I did end up spending a lot of money in food this month. I went to Board and Brew on October 5th to pick up some dinner for my son and I. That is a sandwich shop, and that was $23.45. On the 9th, I did do a manual reload. I did have some money left over from last month. I started the month off with $31.85 that I carried over. And then I did a manual reload of $500. And then on October 9th, I did go to Aldi to pick up some groceries. That was in the food category. And I spent $46.74. Then on October 9th, I also went to Costco and picked up some groceries, and I spent $56.80. While I was at Costco, I did go to the food court to pick up dinner. I just picked up 2 slices of pizza, and that was $4.29. Then I did another manual reload on October 12th. You can only load 3 cards a day. So I did split that up, and then because I was withdrawing money from the ATM, my ATM only lets me withdraw $600. So that's why I had to do my reloads in multiple days. And then I reloaded my food card with $100. So for food this month I budgeted $600. Then on October 12th, I did go to Cahoots to get dog treats for my dog. I did just take that out of the food category, and that was $11.30. Then on October 13th, I went to Costco to pick up some groceries, and I spent $68.79. At Costco, I did have to go to a different Costco because the Costco that I went to did not have everything that I needed, so I had to go to a different Costco, and then I ended up spending $20.78. And then on October 14th, my son and I went to Chipotle for dinner. That was still out of the food category, and we spent $32.40. On October 15th, I did go to the grocery store, went to Fraser Farms to pick up some snacks. That was still out of the food category, and I spent $48.34. On 10/17, I had a hair appointment. I got home really late, so I went to McDonald's for dinner, and I spent $12.98. On October 18th, my son had a doctor's appointment, so I did pick up dinner from Chipotle for us. That came out of the food category, and we spent $28.69. Yesterday was October 19th, and my son and I went to Handel's to get dessert. We got some ice cream. That came out of the food category, and that was $21.50. On October 19th, yesterday, I also went to Costco to pick up some food items, and that was $35.47. So as you can see, a lot of my spending in my cash envelopes is coming out of my food category. So let's go on to miscellaneous. I did do a reload of $50. And then I did buy my dog some chew toys. I took that out of the miscellaneous envelope, and that was $15.13. I had to do it back to the bank expense, so I must have used my debit card for something, and I needed to pay myself back. And that was $40. But this is basically a transfer. And this is a transfer. So transfers you just put and then you cross it out, because you don't need to track it because it is tracked from another account. Okay. And then let's look in my health and beauty. I had a deposit for my cash envelopes, and that was $300. And then I had a hair appointment on the 18th. And that was out of my health and beauty. And that was, my hair appointment was $200. Then I got my son and I some drinks. From Starbucks. I had a gift card. I just took that out of health and beauty. Mostly like it was really self-care, so I think I'm gonna change this category back to self-care, and that was $6. And then I also, when I went to Costco on the 13th, I picked up some soap and lotion. And I spent $27. Okay. So those are all of my expenses for my cash envelope for the month of October. And let's go ahead and just count my money in my health and beauty envelope. It looks like this, I use a different tape, and it's not really working that well. So I'm gonna glue it because it was coming apart. Okay, let's just count this. It says I should have $73, so let's just count it to make sure I do. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50, 52, 54, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73. So I do have $73 to last me the remaining of the month. I do need to get my nails done. They are chipped, so I definitely need to do that. So I will be doing that. I'm not sure if I'm going to go get my nails done or if I'm just going to take off the gel polish myself and just paint them to save money. I'm not sure about that because I do need to get my eyebrows waxed, and that I don't want to go over budget. So I might have to do my nails myself this time, but we will see. So now that I've gone ahead and tracked my expenses, I do want to use the highlighter method to highlight my expenses. That way at the end of the month I can calculate how much I spent in each category. I do use the highlighter method to track my expenses, and my categories have different colors. So let's go ahead and track all of my food expenses with this teal color. The good thing about the highlighter method, it does let you know where your spending is going, and as you can see, the majority of my spending is going to food. This month has been pretty crazy, and I have eaten out a lot more than usual, but next month I do want to do a no eating out challenge, since we are going to be in November and it's going to be Thanksgiving. So I'm going to need to use that money for actual food. So next, let's go ahead and highlight my household expenses with this gray color. Okay, that's it. And then let's do my guilt-free with this pink color. And then miscellaneous is going to be with this yellow color. This is Health and Beauty. Health and Beauty is going to be with this purple color. What I didn't do at the beginning of the month is I did not put my starting balance, so let's go ahead and calculate that. That way we know how much we started with and how much was added. So in fun, we started out with $10.87. In household, we started out with $10.13. In guilt-free, we started out with $15.23. In food, we started out with $31.85. In miscellaneous, we started out with $23.57. And then health and beauty, we started out with $6. So we started the month out with $97.65. So I want to go ahead and put that on my starting balance. Well, that is a look at me tracking my expenses for the month of October for my cash envelopes. I do want to get better at making sure that I am tracking my expenses daily or weekly, so it doesn't take as long for me to track my expenses. And I definitely want to start checking in on my budget more frequently. That way I can make adjustments a lot sooner. I know that it is October 20th, so I do have about 11 more days in the month. So I definitely want to be mindful of my spending. That way I can stay within budget. So I definitely will not be eating out the rest of this month. I'm just going to have to use what I have on hand to make food. And then I do have about $30. I think I can use that to buy ingredients for recipes that I have. Well, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and definitely consider hitting that subscribe button to join me on my financial journey. I would love to have you become a part of the Budget Squad. In the comments, let me know how often you track your expenses and how do you track your expenses. Do you use the highlighter method or a different method to track your expenses? I would love to hear about that in the comment section. If you've made it to the end of this video, please leave me a teal heart. That way I know that you made it to the end. Well, I hope that you have an amazing day and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye. But before you go, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It definitely helps out my channel and I truly appreciate your support.